Hello, everyone. Welcome to another IoT Central workshop. Please send any question that you might have directly in the chat, and we will make sure to follow back to you directly after this session. My name is Louis Moreau, and I'm a developer relation engineer with Impulse. In the second part of this workshop, I'm going to show you how to use Linux Python SDK to run object detection. In the first video, we've seen how to train your model and to run the live inference directly on your device. Now I'm going to show you how to go deeper and integrate the Linux Python SDK so you can integrate that in a broader application, such as a web application. For those who haven't assisted the first video, I'm just going to say a few words about Impulse. So Impulse is the world's leading embedded machine learning platform, and it helps you accomplish a wide variety of machine learning tasks, such as regression, sound classification, image classification, and object detection that we've seen in the first video. You can import data from any sensors, and you can deploy your model to almost any devices. What is really important is that you maintain control over your data and your IP the whole time. And we also have a total explainability in the blocks that we use, and most of the blocks are actually fully open source, and you can use that. So actually what we provide is a set of tools for engineers to build those machine learning pipelines. And Edge Impulse Studio is an online platform that lets you create and build that pipeline. So you can collect from there that directly from your devices, and with connected sensors, you can design actually your impulse, which is a mix of digital signal processing and training blocks. You can then test your impulse on live data or that are present in your test datasets. And then you can deploy your machine learning model on a wide variety of targets. Either you can download and build directly in Edge Impulse Studio ready to go firmware, meaning that it's a binary or an hexadecimal file that you can directly flash your device, or we provide libraries so that you can integrate that into your application. And I'm going to show you how to use the Linux Python SDK so that you can use the Linux executable that we provide, so you can integrate that in your in a web page. That being said, let's get started and let's move to the workshop. The first part of this video, I've shown you how to use the Edge Impulse Linux CLI to run the object detection model on edge devices. Now, I'm going to show you how to use the Linux Python SDK. The Linux CLI provides built-in tools, but you cannot integrate the Linux executable directly into your application. And this is what I'm interested in showing you. So feel free to clone this public project. So it's personal detection. You can find it at studio.public/public/40479/latest. I've already cloned that project onto my account. Feel free to have a look at how the machine learning pipeline has been designed. And you can also navigate to the deployment to download the Linux executable. Note that I'm still going to use the Edge Impulse Linux CLI to download the executable. And we have examples ready to go with the Linux SDK in Python that you can, we'll have a look at those. So just clone the GitHub repository that you can find on github.com/edgeimpulse/linux-sdk-python. And those contain several examples. I'm just going to show you how to use the classify.page, .py, which will run the inference live. So I've already cloned the Linux Python SDK. So if I'm going to this, let me open a code editor. So this is going to be easier. So it's here. Let me zoom in a bit so you can have a better view. All right. So here in the classify.py, what it actually does, it just get your webcams. So I'm not going to find that now. And it provides a command that you can use. Terminal. And you can run Python So Python 3 in my case, classify, oh, I'm not in the right proper directory. So cd examples images. You will need to download the model.file.em, so Edge model executable. To do that, we'll still need Edge Impulse Linux runner, and you can download your model file.am, and I'm going to restart. So my account is demo, my password, and the model that I will use is called person detection and dash IoT Central. So I'm just doing this. I'm downloading the model, so it will compile based on your operating system. So here I'm using macOS, but it's fully supported on Linux x86 architectures. Now the model file.am is here. So if I want to use this script, I'm going to do Python 3 classified py. So directly on the same model file and camera. Here I've got several cameras to number 1. So it follows 0 million bucks. Not sure which camera I'm using. Okay, I'm using OBS camera, so that's not the proper one. To use the number 0. Okay, it found bounding boxes. Now with only the outputs, it's not really clear of where is the bounding box. So if you set the show camera to true on the top of the script, it will open a window size where you can directly see where the bounding box is. So that is great. That works pretty well. Now you can use that script to integrate that in a broader application. Note that we have also other examples. So if you want, for example, to classify a video that you've already got, so you just need to use a Python classify video the same way, and you just need to say the path of your video. What is interesting is here what it does actually. So you just run an instance of image impulse runner where you pass your model, and then it will be to run an object, an instance, and you can init your model, and then you can run your model using runner that get features from images. Then once you have the features, you can classify. So runner that classify, and you classify those features. That's great. This works pretty well. Now, what I wanted to show you as well is another example that I did for intrusion detection. So you can find it on github.com. So it's at the moment still on my GitHub. So Luis Moreau workshop intrusion detection. Let me go back. So I'm going to quit this. I'm going to cd workshop intrusion detection. And open the code again. And so again, I'm going to download the Edge Impulse model. So it's probably at the roots that I need to put it. Runner, download, model file.env. So how does this one work? Okay, so in here, I've created a small web page. It's an index.html that will output the video stream and display some information. So if I'm doing Python 3 .py. I can't remember how the model file should be referenced here. Okay, so I don't need to pass that as an argument. So I'm just going to use Python 3 app.py, and I can overview. Okay, so it works exactly the same, but now you can integrate that in a web page that it's fully run locally on your device. So here I'm having like an inference speed around, so let's say 110 milliseconds. So that's about 1/10 frame per second ish, a bit less. Note that I'm still using the MobileNet SSD FPN Lite on 320 by 320 images. So that's pretty greedy. What I'm also showing you is also fully supported for FOMO. Here, if I'm moving and slightly delay. But anyway, this is how it works. You can now integrate that in a web page. Feel free to customize this HTML file. And yeah, happy discovery. That's it for me for today. I would like to thank IoT Central a lot. And if you have any question, you can also reach us on forum.edgeables.com.